Hi, everybody. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and I am back to do a video about the time I was in this mental hospital in Los Angeles, California, and these two incidents that I got to see the aftermath of not necessarily it play out right in front of my eyes, but the aftermath. Okay, so I remember in this one mental facility, this is after I had time travel or teleported, and I started to see a whole lot of like supernatural like behaviors from people. And it wasn't just my mental illness. I do have paranoid schizophrenia. I do have hallucinations from time to time, not as much as I used to, but from time to time, occasionally, even though I don't want them at all. But it's not it had nothing to do with my mental illnesses at all. It was literally supernatural things. So I was afraid of this woman who I do think she was an angel, because she had lifted her hands to chant like she was about to chant, and she was Asian, and she had grabbed me from behind because it was this guy, he was calling me names, and I got upset, and all of a sudden I felt somebody grab me from behind, like somebody with a lot of strength, kind of like a man would do. So I turned around, and it was this small like Asian lady, and she didn't look real, she looked like she was a doll, and she lifted up her hands and she chanted at me, right? Not really chanted, but she put her hands up together and prayed as if she was chanting. And I was kind of afraid, I didn't know what to think, but it was a miracle. It was still a miracle, but I didn't realize just how much of a miracle it probably was, because I was kind of shook by it. So I had asked to be, because it was her and another lady, and they both were similar looking, but I was afraid. So which would be natural. I wasn't used to seeing stuff like that, but I have felt regretful and guilty about that over the years because I didn't know how to respond. So I asked to be placed in this other room, and as soon as I got to the other room, this white girl, she was like, "Don't let that nigger in here. That nigger doesn't need to be in this room," even though my insurance paid for me being there because I have great health insurance. So, of course, I stood up to her. Then all of a sudden, the girl, the white girl, she threw hot coffee on me. So, that's fighting words right there. So I beat her up, okay? We had a fight, and I kicked her ass. I beat her ass. Next thing you know, there's another guy. There's this guy, and he's like white. He was short. He was an older guy. He was older, but he was just really short. But you could tell that he was kind of happy about being there because maybe he didn't want to work. I don't know. But he called me a bitch. He was like, "Why do you have to keep acting like such a, bitch or bitch? You need to be, grateful that you're here and whatnot." And I was not. I was not, because I'm an ambitious type of person. So that was like stalling. And plus, I'm really into trying to be in shape. So it being locked up in a mental hospital, it's hard to stay on top of your weight loss. Okay, it's hard because it's so bored, and you can easily stress eat and emotion out of boredom too. So he called me a bitch, and I think I said something back to him, but I didn't say much. And so, like, probably like a couple of days later, there was this transgender lady girl that came there. Now, that guy that called me a bitch and that woman that called me a nigger, they both were bullying that person. Do you know, y'all? The next thing I knew, they were both of them came in separately, and they both had bloody noses, y'all. That transgender person beat the fuck out their ass. I don't know if that was an MMA fighter. I don't know what an MMA fighter is. I know that's like a boxer or something, but that transgender lady or woman kicked they ass, beat that ass way better than I could have ever done it. I mean, blood all over their clothes. It was crazy. It was almost unreal that they got instant karma, okay? So I think about that. I thought about that, just now. And You know, I'm not a revengeful person really. Well, I'm more revengeful now than I used to be, but it was a miracle, okay? Because I've endured a lot of racism and a lot of name calling and stuff like that and projection over the years. So it was nice that I got karmic justice like right away, instantly. And that's also when I saw this girl in the hospital and she had a tattoo of King Tut on her arm. And guess who she looked like, y'all? Erica Badu. And it was the most perfect tattoo of my son on her arm. And I was like, wow. And I spoke to her just for like briefly, but not long, because I was guarded, I was scared, you know, I didn't know what to make of the situation. And we quickly, you know, parted ways, and she left that hospital real fast as she got in there, which was interesting because you don't usually see that. You don't usually see somebody come real fast and then leave real fast once they're admitted in a psychiatric hospital. So I thought that was interesting, but it could have been her. I'm not sure, but that tattoo was it was perfect. It was perfect. So that's why I was like, wow, that could only have been like magic or something that made that tattoo. So because it was effortless. It was like immaculate, impeccable. Okay, no flaws to that tattoo at all. So, and I saw it like my eyes went straight to it. And I was like, wow. But anyway, y'all, so I just wanted to give that quick experience of me being in a hospital. One of the first times I had really got admitted into a psych hospital in Los Angeles. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. So I basically what I'm trying to say is that karma is a bitch, and people better be careful how they treat people because they never know what that person's strength is, what the karma they may get back from messing over people and bullying people for no reason, okay? And they never know who they might get that karma back from because that was unexpected because I'm so used to people getting away with stuff, but not now. Not now. So anyway, y'all, this is my video, and I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share my video, hit the notification bell if you like, and I will see y'all in another video, my lotus flowers, and I hope y'all have an amazing rest of the day, and I will too, and I will see y'all in another one. Peace. I'm out. Bye bye.